Hi, I'm Danny at Platinum Canine Fertility, and this is Reggie, my stud boy, and today we're going to talk about studs. There's so much to know if you're wanting to search for a stud for your girl, or you've got a boy that you're wanting to use as a stud. Hopefully I'll start to explain a few more bits so that you've got a good understanding. So male dogs reach maturity usually around 12 to 15 months. You can start testing as soon as they hit that point. Sometimes it can be 10 months, smaller dogs are normally earlier, and it can be as early as 6 months with some. So yeah, you can start testing them prior to them being 12 months. I wouldn't use them as a stud boy until after the 12 months because you can't get all the health testings done in that time. It's normally from 12 months onwards. Like with my boy, he's French Bulldog Club of England, silver at the minute, hopefully gold soon, and you can't do those testings until the 12 months. I will talk about health testings on another bit, but yeah, that's when best to start testing your dog. So the semen check that I advise, starting from when they hit maturity, is £40 at the clinic. I will get a sample off your boy and put it under the microscope. We'll be then looking for the motility, so how it moves, and the morphology, how it looks, and seeing whether he's got any good workable swimmers. On that first check, we may not be able to get a sample. That can be the case. You will still be charged for the appointment because sometimes it is a process. Reggie took a while. He was about 4 times I went for semen checks before he was perfect, because also sometimes they might only produce a little bit first off, and we need to build on that to increase their how many mil they're producing. I've got a boy in later on that he produced a tiny little bit on his first one, and he'll be in again for his next check, all getting him ready for being a stud dog. Once your boy's ready to be used as a stud, you will want to get them proven, and sometimes that can be difficult if they've not been put to a girl and people don't know whether he's got working swimmers or anything like that, and whether he's going to be suitable. So one thing I do on top of the semen check, you can book in for a semen analysis. That will include the same as the semen check. So we'll take a sample, check the morphology, motility of the sperm. We'll also check how many million sperm he's got per milliliter. And I will give you a certificate to show that. So that's always a good way if you're wanting to start your stud boy off, to ensure that he's got a certificate to prove that he's got swimmers, and people are more likely to use them on their girl if they've got some proof of that. There are lots of things that can affect semen in your male dog. One of the biggest ones at the minute is heat. Obviously it's really warm at the minute. If you've got a stud boy, don't let him get too hot. Don't let him lie on the paving slabs, because that can affect the sperm. Don't let him get over hot anywhere else. Just keep him cool, especially if he's got a girl in line. Age can change things, so it can get less with age. Stress, if they're stressed for any reason, if something's going off in the household, we always say make sure the health's good, that the food, that they're fed well and correctly for them, that they've got a good environment that enhances their life, and make sure that, yeah, they're just calm and got no issues that will affect them. Make sure they're getting plenty of sleep. The usual things that would affect our health if we were letting them go. We should be looking after our stud dogs and breeding bitches in the same way. Well, any dogs we should be looking after in that way. But you will notice if anything in that is lacking, that will come out in your boy or girl. I would recommend regular semen checks as well. So once your boy is ready to be used as a stud, you've got everything in place, all the health testings, you've got your certificate from your semen analysis to prove that he's got swimmers and they're all good. Then if he's getting girls regularly, then yay, perfect. If he's not, I'd recommend a semen check every so often. Sometimes it's a semen flush, so it's getting rid of anything that's a bit old and cleaning him out ready for a girl. It's also good to keep checking once in a while that everything's still right, he's still got good swimmers, there's no issues, because things can change and things can affect it, and you can start to put them right before you end up getting a girl and him not being ready for her. So yeah, it's important to do regular checks even after you've done the initial ones to ensure he's got swimmers. And from a female dog owner looking for a male stud, the important things to look out for are, if it's proven, that's brilliant, so you know he's already got swimmers. If you're planning to use him and he's not been used before, make sure he's getting the checks, make sure he's having that semen analysis, because the last thing you want is to get your girl ready for the boy and him not be ready. So it's really important to make sure he's had all those checks, and health checks as well, they can take their time to go through, so you want all that in place. When you're looking for a stud, make sure he's got all his health tests, make sure you see those papers as well. Any good owner, stud owner, will make sure that you can see the papers and that he has got everything in place he should have. As a stud owner myself, so I've got Reggie that's used as a stud boy, I always make sure that there's a contract in place. I'll happily support you and show you what I do with mine. My contracts always have all the certificates. I make sure I send them to those and get the details of their girl, so I can check the inbreeding coefficient. There's a little bit about that on one of my videos, so I can check that they're not too closely matched to breed with each other. With my contracts also, I put a clause in that the girls have to be either cytology tested or progesterone tested, and me to have proof of that if it's not done in my clinic. Like say someone's further away and they get the testing done in their local clinic, then bring them to me. There's a clause in there that requests that testing, and if all that testing's done and the bitch doesn't take, then they will be offered a free remating. I've had one girl that didn't take to Reggie, and I think she just she'd only had her first season and she just didn't take on that, and sometimes it does happen. I happily gave them a free remate and went through everything again with them, and they had a beautiful litter of 6 puppies. So that's one thing I really recommend. If you've got them contracts in place, you can make them work for you and the bitch owner. People put trust in you if they know that if things don't work, they've still got that free remating afterwards, and they've got to work with you on that also, and making sure the bitch is ready to be put to the stud and at the right time. It also saves you a lot of messing around, because if the bitch isn't ready, then you can be faffing, the dog won't mate, you've got issues and she won't take, so you're then having to go through all that process again. So yeah, contracts are highly recommended. And always message me if you've got any questions about your boy becoming a stud dog, or if you've got a girl that you're looking for a suitable stud dog, and I will help and support you in that, and give you any advice if I can. And this is what a content stud boy looks like. Just spark out on the mat. Bless him, he is a sweetheart.